I'll call the board of review back out of recess.
From the. Yes, from the, no,
From
10th, yeah, from the 10th.
Do I need to second that?
We just called us out of session or back in session as chair or president. Can't remember where we're at here.
And I talked for a few minutes since we don't have no appointments. I know the other day I told you we were 20 million down. I reran the figures, yesterday.
I didn't mean to read.
And, I don't know if you need one from the days. So it's a little better than what I ran in January. What I told you the other day was what was done in January.
Okay.
So overall, personal property is down 15,912,587. Which is still a lot, but it's better than the 20. But if you look down there, overall, the real estate value is up 43,512,880.
Wonder why that went up so.
The real estate is because we had to raise the county modifier. The state said that I didn't have my values up high enough. They told me that 3 years ago, so I've been slowly increasing the county modifier.
Okay.
And instead of taking a huge jump at one time, they're letting me gradually.
Good for the people.
So that gives you a little bit better idea. We're still plugging some stuff into the system. So hopefully we'll have another week that we can put things into the system. I do have something that come up I gotta ask you about. It is down in Ridgely. The CSX sent it to Delegate Howe. Delegate Howe sent it to me to look at the rail yard down in Ridgely. I don't know when it got changed, but the past 5 years it's being taxed. But they turned that into the Board of Public Works. And they're requesting an exoneration. Before I misspeak and tell them I was only going to exonerate 1 year because they never notify us for the other years.
Right.
I wanted to get your all.
How much does the exoneration would be?
For the 1 year is $5,209.82.
Did they pay the other years?
Yes, they paid them all.
But we don't really have much of a choice. Do we?
Now, I contacted the state about it, and she said they're turned in on the Board of Public Works, and no, they shouldn't be getting it.
Exactly. So I'm good with 1 year.
Okay.
I'm good with
Before
myself.
I didn't want to take it upon myself until I spoke to you all.
I think that
So we're not required to give them the refund for the prior years they
you
paid.
don't have to give refunds if it's over a year. You do not have to.
And then they've never notified us until, a couple weeks ago. And they paid them all,
And you said $5,209 and
82 cents for tax year 25. I do have it corrected for tax year 26. As exempt.
Could you take a look at mine and jump mine a little bit?
No, sir, I
Mine
can't.
it's killing me. I'm telling you.
They're helping out the county.
This whole area then?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. And they are turning it in on the Board of Public Works. I pulled the paperwork for that and it is listed, on that statement that they sent to the state. But I didn't want to make an exoneration and tell them I sent it in until I spoke to you all about it. So hopefully,
They're gonna be coming through here.
yes, it'll be at the next meeting.
Okay, that's good.
But hopefully we get the values up a little more. It's not gonna be tremendous more because we only have another week, but this summer I'll be pushing it hard. Try to put it out on Facebook monthly, if not weekly, about getting their assessments. And And hopefully. Because people will come in now because they don't have their MV1s. Because they did not get assessed and then they did not have a tax bill to pay, so they're not happy at the moment. But thank you for listening.
Oh, you're welcome, not a problem.
Candace, we'll keep it.
We don't need to stop now. We would make a motion. to go.
The nineteenth, we have, just 9 o'clock, right?
We at 9, and then we have an appointment at 9:15 with Margaret Miltenberger.
Right here. If you want.
But I didn't schedule any after that because I knew you had another meeting to
I
go.
wanted to make sure my book was right.
Yes, yes.
The development starts at 1 o'clock meeting, so we've already, I'll just.
Oh, 1 to 2, okay. We can adjust lunch because we're just gonna break at some point anyway. We're going to need a break that day.
Okay.
We're gonna start at 9 o'clock and we'll be lucky if we're out there by 6 or 7. We're gonna need a lunchtime break.
Okay, so yeah.
We're gonna have to.
Starts at 1 and we'll just have to leave.
I try to live on my reserve.
First of us, so
How you doing, young lady?
Good, how are yourself?
I'm going all right. For an old guy, I'm doing good.
That's good to hear, because
Last night when I was figuring everything up, and I'm like, okay, and I know it's not great, but it's.
Still,
if we didn't have this, if
Still
we didn't have that real estate.
yeah, still helps with the reserves.
Some new growth, some improvements have increased of property values, so
But it sounds better than it did the other night.
it was much better, much better. Yeah. I was looking at our record.
Well, it was put out on Facebook that people telling people, you don't have to get assessed anymore because they did away with personal property. That's not correct. You still have to get assessed. You still have to pay your taxes. If you do those in one time, then you get an MV1 to claim it on your income tax return. Well, now they're coming in, why didn't you get an MV1? No, you didn't because you didn't get assessed. You don't have a tax bill, so let's make you a supplemental tax bill, which they can't turn that in because they didn't do it when they were supposed to. So my girls have been dealing with a lot this morning. They've been hammered with, I don't have an MV1. Why don't I have an MV1?
It's always on.
So. Yes, no, you still have to do
You appreciate
it.
I know people don't hear that all the time, but you are.
Oh, God. And trust me, I was telling Roger and Doug out here, when this went off about a couple of years ago, the assessors had a meeting with JB McCuskey. All right, if you do away with personal property, where are you coming up with the money?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to come up with the money.
Right.
He's like, well, we'll have to look into that. And I said, no, we have a feeling we know what you're gonna do. You're gonna raise the real estate to 100%. Right now, you're taxed on 60%.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you're right. Well, we had all figured our tax bills up. My real estate, my personal, then just the real estate loan at 100%. I'd be paying more in taxes on the real estate at 100% than I am with the personal property and real estate together. So we asked them, please not,
Recess.
yeah, do this.
Yeah, 1 second. Until the 19th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Okay, AJ?
Well, you officially call the commission meeting.
Oh, yeah, I should, and I was looking down at the bottom of the top. Let's stand for prayer and vote, shall we? Right, praise God, our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your many blessings. And Lord, we just thank you for your hand of guidance and comfort over those that needs it. Lord, we ask that you be with them, be with those that lost loved ones, be with our employees at the courthouse, be with our first responders and watch over them. We'll give you the glory for this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We don't have any money.
I may say something first. I made a big mistake. This meeting was not posted. And, but we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different organizations already scheduled to come in. I just noticed that about an hour and a half or 2 hours ago. But we are not making any decisions today.
Right.
We're just listening. But this meeting was not posted, so I do need to announce that. So that was on me.
Well, I just wanted to announce we don't have anyone. Okay. Daughter, you know that. You know how poor we are.
All right, you want me to come up?
Yeah, wherever you're comfortable. It's not a problem. Wherever you feel comfortable, sir.
All right. So, as far as health department goes, and I think you know, as far as the way we run things, staff wise, everything, we are very fiscally responsible, always have, since I've taken over, we have always been that way. And I actually went back there just out of curiosity to see the last time that we had gotten an increase or when I'd asked for an increase. It was 2012.
So it's been a long
So-
I didn't think you ever asked. I was thinking about that.
Since you've been here probably.
I don't remember you asking.
And then before that, I think it might have been 2008 or 9, but that's it. Unless it was a facilities thing that, you know, and of course the facility is owned by the county. And we usually put in on that as well. For this year, I was gonna come in, but I know that we're trying to transition with what Jill was talking about. So I'm not gonna ask for any additional funds at this time. I just wanna maintain what we have. But there's a caveat to that. And it's something that I've talked to previous commissions and I've talked to the 3 of you about. That with the new building that we were gonna have to look at something when we get going. We're at that point where that building's gonna be opening up here in a couple of months. And there's things that aren't in my operating budget. And that is, utilities and liability insurance. What I'm requesting, and because I actually have New Creek's already hit me as far as starting to fill out paperwork to put in, you know, whose name it's gonna be in and what we're gonna do and stuff like that. This is something I went after and I know it was something that was needed in the county. I was asked to, you know, go forward and do this, and I have, and I actually got quite a bit of extra money to make sure that this would happen. However, we do need to, you know, I think, like I said, health department budget, I operate within my means will be good. With this facility, I would ask that we put it under the county commission as far as you know, we could take care of like internet and some of that. But the utilities and the liability, I think it is a county commission building. It's listed as that, even on the grants, everything else. I think we put that under county commission.
Well, that's going to have to.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a county commission owned building, it should be covered under our liability.
They should, but
Automatic.
we pay the health department, the building out there, I pay the liability for it. So the health department, I pay, and you got, and we're gracious enough, I have the offset for utilities and stuff like that. That's kind of what I consider is built
What do
in.
you pay for your liability?
Liability through West Virginia court right now is, this one, it's probably give or take, and estimate around 17 a year.
Why wouldn't it come under our West Virginia court?
We've always had our own insurance up there, and so it's something that's how it was set prior. We were actually under West Virginia Brim up until 2 years ago, or last year, or whenever it was. The Brim, we had gotten that cost down when I first came on. When I first took over in 2006, the Brim insurance, it was all the way up to 22 or 24,000 back then. I did a lot of things, had to go through a lot of steps. I got that knocked all the way back down to about 8 or 10, somewhere in there. It had gradually started going up over the years, but it got to the point where it was going right back up. And I'm like, we were going to be at the 22, 24 again. So I thought, well, let me check into West Virginia court. Some other health departments had started switching over doing that. I looked into it, it had taken it down to about 14, 15. But then when they came and reassessed the bill, like did a full assessment of everything, it kind of bumped it up a little bit. So I said it might be up to 16, 17, somewhere in there, without having the number in front of me. But that's something that we, out of our funding, we pay for that, and then we've always paid the utilities. I'm fine with, you know, our building, that's in our budget. I understand that that's in my operating. However, with the new building, that's not something that is in our operating costs, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to afford it. We have reserved because we have been very fiscally responsible and financially to make us stable. And those that know the history of the health department, when I took over, literally I had $7,000 in the bank, period, with 15 employees to run that whole facility. And it was a lot of years scraping and scrimping and to get out of it. And we have, over the years through attrition or whatever, we have taken staff down. We offer more services to the community. We're doing more things. We're overseeing even, you know, other stuff. But at the same time, you know, trying to make sure that we don't get in that situation again, that there is a reserve, because and Roger, you know, this with grants, you don't know when the grants are gonna come in, different things like that. I've got a threat preparedness grant right now that started July 1st. We just got the finalized paperwork last week. So we're 8 months into the grant or whatever it is, and we're just now getting to where we can invoice. So, you know, you have to have that reserve in place. You know, but day-to-day operating, we make sure that we operate within our means. We always have. I don't think, except for maybe last year with some of the remodeling, we've never been in the red. We always make sure we operate, you know, in the black. And I'm very adamant about that, because you have to live within your means. But again, with the building, that's a whole kind of, like I said, it's a whole other entity type. And I don't know what we do with it, but it is something that I have discussed with everybody multiple times. And I just want to bring it again, because this is budget time. That building's gonna be up and running, and and to say what it's gonna cost or anything else, I don't know. It's a more efficient building than mine. It's half the size. But, you know, you're probably looking between that and, liability. I would say it's probably gonna be in the 15 to 18 range, somewhere in there is what it's gonna be.
Make it out now. But if we took the liability of both buildings and then you just took the utilities for both buildings. Because that way, if we're getting the one building and the building, that way both of them would just be covered under the county for life.
That might be a possibility too. I mean, we can look whatever we need to. I know ours is getting ready to come up as far as the renewal, because West Virginia coordinator, if that's who you guys have as well, that's what, July, that all needs reassessed. Well, like I said, our building's been assessed, so I know what ours is, but that does include the liability as far as, medical staff, not medical as far as health department, which is different than an individual. Like if Dr. Best comes in and he actually pays his own liability to practice medicine, but to be a health officer, it's a little different. But that liability that's on there covers him as the health officer, but it does cover it will cover the nurses in full and any staff. It covers the sanitary, you know, the workers, and the same with you guys. I mean, you cover your workers and all that kind of thing.
You know, it blew my mind when you give us the estimate of that lady. That's expensive. Around that.
When you are looking at, I mean, you're looking at federal wages, you're looking at.
Oh, I know.
Doing everything through the federal grants, the
Yes.
prices do jump up. And, because just to let you guys know, when we talked about the building, I was very specific about what I wanted to do with it, how I wanted to do it, and what I needed in it. And I knew we were gonna have problems after we were doing the site work, and from what I've heard from other entities that have used the same ones. A couple months ago came in, they only put 2 IT drops in the whole building.
What?
There was only 2 IT drops, and I made sure to tell the contractors, if you see anything on here in the specific thing, come to me. I said, well, I figured out, because I know we're gonna run into problems. Well, they came to me, 2 IT drops. He goes, AJ, he said, I know this isn't right, and I know this isn't what you want. And he goes, what? So I had to go back through. I mean, that's include their phones, everything. two. One in the front office and one that came into the server. And so, no, that's not what, we're gonna do this. And so I went through this, and this. Then I had to change a couple other things a little bit, in there. And it's like, okay. Well, then I'm looking around and I start asking about the lighting, because that was when I was very specific, because that's a big parking lot out there. And at night, it's gonna be very dark in the back of that building, all around there. And I have concerns, for security and stuff like that. AJ, there's no lights on there's some on the building, but it only goes out about 10 feet. Well, that parking lot's a lot bigger than that, so there's no pole, there were supposed to be poles and stuff like, no. Okay, so that's what Roger's talking about. I talked to them, got the estimates to add the poles, which it should be I gotta talk to them, we should be able to do it with the grant monies that we have. It's not something we would put out in addition, but you're talking anywhere from 28 to 32, I think 32,000 to add the poles and run the ditches and to run everything in. It's like, so, but it's because it was left off, even though they were specifically told to do that. And then I had,
Glad you caught it now.
yeah, well, and that's the thing, and I've been trying to catch it as I go in between everything else, and, and then I still had, the engineering firm came back. I don't even know if I told you this. Originally they came, and I don't know if you were here yeah, you might have been here last year when they asked for additional monies. Might have been one of your first meetings.
Yeah.
Or the first couple months. And we, and I explained why I didn't think they should, and, of course you guys agreed. Well, I had that gentleman has since been taken off at my request from the project. The gentleman who's on there now, when I was talking to him a month or two ago, asked about money again. I said, look, it's not, something's wrong when you aren't fiscally responsible to where you got paid, because the fees for that project were 368, 370. I mean, just say 370. And all of it, but $2,000 or $3,000 was spent before we even put a shovel in the ground. Bless you. And I'm like, something's wrong here. I said, I said, how do I said, even the project down here, I said, it didn't cost that much. And the project itself was 3 times the amount of what mine is. And they paid less in engineering and architectural fees. And I said, things aren't lining up to me. And I said, there was no justification. There was nothing given to me. And I said, as an administrator, someone who runs a health department or, in that position, I want, you're going to come to me and ask me, show me why. X, Y, and Z, this, and this. I said, none of this has been done. I said, I can't get conscience even begin to think about it. So, like I said, I think the building is going to get close. I think we're going to be good as far as money, as far as finishing it. It looks like they pushed it back now to April, first week or two in April, and then the parking lot itself being paved, probably depending on weather, maybe up to May, beginning of May. Grant wise, I've had to readjust that to make sure we're good. I gotta see, I think I've got enough left over, even with the extras, that I should be able to fix the existing building. There's multiple things on it outside that need fixed. The windows above and below need fixed. And at some point the roof would have got fixed too if it wasn't for the extras on the excavating side of things. So I'm waiting to see, but that's still, and if I have any left, I'm gonna try to put it towards furniture. That's the thing, even the furniture, there's nothing there, and if not, that's something that I will probably look at, what we have to put, at least get some furniture and stuff in, and out of our funds and do what we gotta do. But I want to be very clear about that. I'm not asking for any more for our day-to-day operating. But we do have to figure out something, and I don't know how you guys want to go about doing that, and,
You think the liability insurance will be more too, because you're gonna store those vehicles in there and stuff too, because of fuel, and I know.
that I'm not really sure. I mean, that's something, again, that's not something I've had to do, so we'd have to check with it. I don't know, how has it been with the sheriffs? Did they charge more with having to? And I don't know if it would or not, and,
And actually, fuel cans themselves are in the other outdoor shed, the
okay.
little one.
Yeah,
outside.
But they don't park a vehicle in there either. Do they?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, ours is the big ones up there now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, and then they do have like the Humvee, they do have some other
Okay.
things up in there, so,
Generator.
yeah, yeah.
You talked about it with the other,
Yes.
I was thinking the sheriff's,
Oh,
the
no.
little, where they wash the cars and
No,
stuff.
No. So, yeah, I mean, it's something that maybe we need to sit down and talk about and figure out, but, and again, it's not trying to push anything, but I've been very upfront about that for years. So, you know, I will do whatever I have to do to make this work, but this is something that we're gonna have to figure out. So I wanted to be, you know, make sure we're good with that.
So the 107, that's your, that goes to your just everyday.
And then there was
What's the 9,000 rent? What is that?
6,000.
6,000 for rent.
That was something that that was before me. That was for the
That was
housing.
with me too.
That was Bob Harmon. And that was for housing, the extension office for the usage that they put out.
But it's our building.
Yeah. That's always been done. And that's what I said, I've never touched that, never looked at that. As far as that goes, but
So does it matter if we lump it all together into one, just for?
I don't see why, I mean,
Services.
I mean, you could, I mean, it's fine, I don't think it makes a big difference either which way. You know, if you get to further down commissions or something, if they say, oh, we're gonna do this or that, I don't know if that would make a difference, you know, I don't know. As far as that goes, I mean.
It's always one of those things, I mean, and I explained to other people, if we're paying rent for space in a building, we,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I don't know.
like I said, before me too, it's just one of those things.
But it was, I do know it was, Mr. Harmon who, and that was before my time, that had set that, and I don't think it's ever, honestly, I don't think it's ever changed, that's a long time.
29 years I've been renting.
Yeah, so,
That's something we might go like lump together.
it might be easier, I mean, I'm fine with that either way, as far as that goes, the only thing, you know, the thing with lumping it together, then it looks like it's our contribute, it's half dozen one or the other, how it's perceived at the state as far as when I put my budget, you know, do my stuff there too, so I don't know if it would make much of a difference. I mean, I'm fine either way, I don't think it would make a big difference. You know.
Maybe it had something to do with maybe more of your reporting then?
Back then, probably, yeah, I mean, it's changed a little bit over the years, but that might be part of it too, why it was done that way.
So do you report it to the state separately?
Not anymore, once they got into chapter 16 and started changing things around and different things, we used to submit, we're supposed to submit a budget by June 30th or June 1st every year. And they're supposed to request that, you know, as far as that goes, we don't even know who we submitted to at this point because things have changed so much down there, the way they do things. 60.
Did you combine the contributions and just list this with the
No,
county?
it's separate.
Or you still list this?
It's separate. It's listed as rent. Yeah. When I do, anytime I have reported, it is actually, that is pulled out and it's separate.
Line
Should
item.
probably
Yeah,
do it separate.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we should be separate.
Yeah, so.
Does that help having it separate like that?
It may down in the future, but you know, if it turns to where it would be a benefit to move it over, I'm good either way, but I don't think it's hurting or harming either way, the way it's listed at this
If it's
point.
purpose, then. we'll make
Yeah, I
it-
think at one point
But
it
you need
did.
to make sure it had a purpose.
Well, they ask about income and then other sources of income, and then we put as far as rent, because of course WIC is out there as well and stuff like that. So that's how that gets reported when I do report it, or had reported in the past to the state, it's reported as other income.
You never did have anybody interested in dentist office.
Let me get,
Looking at anybody now?
let me get through this and then before I'm out of this place, that thing's gonna be filled.
I hope.
You know,
There's nice offices.
they're nice, and, you know, I thought we had something a couple years ago
Yeah,
with
with
the individual, and
the
I
doctor's husband.
yeah, I thought we had something there and then nothing. They just dropped it and I never heard anything else and I even reached back out, so. we'll figure that one out. I just want to get one project at a time done at this point. And
Yeah, I just hate, I think about that a lot. I hate seeing them sit there empty, but
yeah, no, so,
it's just one of those things.
you know, but, you let me know if, when you guys want to work or figure out or how we want to do this, but in the meantime, I know, like I said, that's what I got yesterday from New Creek as far as filling out, they want to go ahead. I'll go ahead for now and put it in ours just because I have to, because like I said, for July 1, I think we'll probably have to, if it stays under us and you guys take liability and I do the other, I think we can figure it out, so. So,
Extra copy production.
yes, if. You guys have any questions for me?
Thank you, AJ, for everything you do.
Well, like I said, I am blessed. I have tremendous staff. And everything we do, I can do it. Like I said, I'm not saying my job's easy, but they make it a whole lot easier. But I've got tremendous people. They do what I need. They always have. And like I said, you go back to COVID, which I know that's a touchy subject depending on who's listening, but it did change what we had to do, and we had to do a heck of a lot, and it showed they stepped up, they did whatever we had to do, no questions asked. I'm talking 15 hours a day, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, and for 2 years. And, it showed me what I have as far as personnel, but they stayed through it, and, they're an amazing group. They're a really amazing group, so. Anyways,
Don't we'll couple them up too high, that I'll have to listen to.
well, you know, John, but.
No, I'm not talking about John, I'm talking about two ladies.
Yeah, no, Patty, she's got on her desk, I'm the boss. Or it says the boss, and then underneath, the real small letters, I think I am. The rest of us got her that, just, no, I appreciate it, like I said, without getting all sappy and stuff, but I'm gonna take my hat off. I'm gonna let our director for the next one step in for FRN, because I'm on that board as well. So,
And I'm gonna tell you, her presentation will be a.
I haven't seen your daughter over for a while.
She's actually headed this weekend over there. They're
Oh,
supposed
did
to
she?
sledding
Oh, I
this
didn't,
coming weekend.
oh, this coming weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. I know, I haven't seen her over there for, it's been a while.
Yeah. One of those get ready together.
Well, when she need that?
So inside your folder, I believe on your left side, you'll see our impact report for 2025. And that is, of course, for the Mineral County Family Resource Network. We're not asking for any additional funds, just asking to stay the same. And as you can see, we got over 60,000 in donations, and then 400,000 in grant funding. Of course, all of our programming is free to our families. And so that money automatically pours back into the programs. I do have, of course, staff that are all full-time. So a portion of course, the grant funding is for overhead costs. Donations are 100% program only. We do not use those for anything with the training or personnel or any of the operations on site. This year, we were actually able to get some church funds, and then a all-female biker group actually adopted us as well. And they've been giving us some funds, and we've been able to directly help people with like security deposits, help them get their first month's rent into different like housing facilities. We were able to actually help a mom get her car out of repossession. So we actually have spent a lot more time being able to do direct service, which is amazing because FRNs are indirect. We create programs and whatnot. But one of my programs, the Jerry Mason Family Support Center, also it does do direct services, which is amazing. And then so the FRN did get to do a little direct service with those church funds and the biker funds, and it just felt good. And of course, our Toys for Joy program and Warm the Children. We did not eliminate any of our programs. You'll see that on the other side of the services. We of course keep doing the community baby shower that's coming up. Warm the Children. This was one of our largest years. We had over 600 applicants this year, which we have not seen in probably 8 years. So the increase of need is everywhere.
Sure.
And we did help greatly throughout the county, but I'm ready because our name is Mineral County FRN. I would like to have a stronger, more consistent presence on the northern end of the county. Currently, we do meet with families in need at Frankfurt High School, sometimes the middle school as well. But it'd be nice to have our own building there, so I'm working on that. We'd like to have a building hopefully donated, so we can just be out there consistently, because we have noticed that the need over there has grown greatly within the past 4 years. We're getting a lot more child abuse and neglect cases out of there too. So what we would like to do is get in there and do more prevention work. We do have parenting curriculum that's we utilize the nurturing parenting program. And that curriculum is international, evidence-based, and on all the things. We actually just started taking cases from family court here at Magistrate, which has been kind of wild because we're in the child abuse side of everything, but we've not been in the family court. This is our first time, so.
Child abuse is definitely raising.
It is,
It's unreal.
it is.
It's unreal.
Believe it or not, Mineral County's numbers are down. I'm not gonna take credit for that. I think it's a community
It is.
driven, mission, and I think everyone has really stepped up greatly. Like programs like communities and schools, we work very closely with them to ensure that families are getting what they need. So they're not getting CPS called on them for, neglect. We're really pushing the idea of what is support versus report. We really want people to understand in Mineral County, if a child doesn't have a code, you don't call CPS, you call us. We'll get them a code. If a family is without food, it's, and they're working and they're trying and they're doing all of the things. It's not about calling them at, CPS and reporting them. They want to provide, they want to make the difference. So it's just getting them in touch with the Jerry Mason Family Support Center, which is our program for the FRN. So, yeah, we're trying to just really, it takes 100 years to change a generation's mindset. And I hope we're putting our stamp in within that 100 years. I hope we're really making a difference. We of course have youth programming as well. So we hit them little, we hit them big. And we just make it a full circle wraparound service to the entire family. So that's what we're doing.
And I will say is, I'm the vice president
Yeah,
of
the
the
board.
board as well. Dayla is very modest, but what their organization is meant to this community, you can't measure. It is, and she also hasn't said, a lot of the programs, many of the programs that are under the FRN, Mineral County we are the model as far as they come to her to how to do. So you've got something very special with this director and with that organization. I can't speak highly enough of the FRN.
Where she come from, she's had good training.
Yes.
Yeah, she had a good base.
She had a very
But-
good base.
I will say she is taking what her mother had taken on, and Jerry was amazing. Ayla is like her mom would be so proud. So, not to get all wishy-washy, because I'll get her too. It's one of them days, folks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I'm with AJ. I appreciate the kind words. I'm absolutely 100%. This is roots for me. I'm fourth generation in Mineral County nonprofit. I don't plan to go anywhere. So, as long as we're supported, as we have been throughout this community, we'll be here to expand and to provide and, just keep being innovative. AJ is right. We are one of the models in the state for the FRNs. Last year, I think I told you Jackson County was without an FRN. So it was out of the 55 counties, only one was missing an FRN. This year, it's 4 that are missing an FRN. So they are dying off because of our budget is $38,600 a year. So that is what the state gives us to run the FRN. So it makes it a little tough. And if you're not expanding your programs, you can't diversify your funds. So we are constantly looking on how to sustain the programs, but really also just make families self-sufficient. So that's where we're at.
Good. Okay.
Thank you.
How's grandmother doing?
She's good. She's trouble. She's fine.
Is it, talk to her, I said,
I sure
I haven't
will.
seen her for a while.
Yeah, I ran into her at a PVH board member. That's where she is. She's on their board. She spends all her time at and Loving Hands outreach. She works for free.
Tell her I said hi.
I sure will. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You don't trouble.
One and.
I did. You want me to send it to you?
Well, not one, but maybe, I'll make a note of it. Or don't get it, don't have this from receiver.
That's been good.
Right, but, okay. Well, so I remember that.
Oh, I just
I was looking at.
happy to be here.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is our.
well, we got a 3-day weekend, so we're happy about that, so.
Well, you got a 3-day.
We see the same thing, you got it.
Yeah, I only got a 2-day weekend, starting back Monday.
Most of the time it's 24/7, so I don't leave the, like, I get calls all, nonstop all day, every day, so. I gotta go work on a house next door and,
You went through all the money that, Senator Minko.
no, that's the money that I'm gonna use to fix the, like, the windows and stuff on
You
ours.
still got most of that left.
Oh, no, I spent most of it. I got maybe
Got a little bit left.
like 250 somewhere in there. So it's gonna cost probably, might as well say 80 for the windows in the building. Probably another 100 to do above and below the windows all the way around. I'm hoping I can use the rest to get furniture for the facility for
You're
you.
doing that work.
Well, I'm gonna do it through Bell.
You're going through.
Yeah, because I can just do it as an addendum to
Yeah,
what they're
okay.
doing already. That way I don't have to,
Put it out for-
yeah, it makes it a little easier because they're already doing the work. So, but we had a leak, flat roofs, worst thing in the world.
I'm telling you.
Yesterday went in and there was a note left. And I was like, what's going on? It was at the front desk that there was a leak in our conference room by the window. I went in and it was coming down. You could see the whole curtain was soaked. It was halfway out, like where you were sitting the other day. It was out past that into the middle of the floor. There was that much water that came down through and came out. And so I'm up there looking to show John where the leak was at. And he's at, and again, that's why I said, we do what we gotta do. It's not, we don't have people there all day to do maintenance stuff. We're in there. And that might be something else we gotta talk about too, is maintenance stuff. But he's up there with a shovel, like literally hand tossing ice off the top of the roof and making sure that the water could dissipate. So it wouldn't come down in.
Remember a few years ago when a bunch of us went out to, I think it was, shovel the roof off.
Yeah, yeah.
We had to.
You have to, you don't have a choice.
We, I
Well,
was out there helping shovel it off.
well, John and I have done it several times with Denny when he was working there. And like I said, up until 2 years ago, there was a lot of times I was out there doing the snow blowing and, or John and I both were out there shoveling and, and mowing the grass, doing other, nowhere near my job description, but we do it because it had to be done.
That's
So
why at the bottom I could cook whatever.
other duties as assigned.
Thank you, guys. Yes, ma'am. You can come up if you like.
She's good, she's got all the papers.
You're not particular who you run around with.
That's us telling my bride here.
All right.
Get out to our patrons, we appreciate you.
Yeah. How you been? Oh,
Nice guys.
all right for an old guy. How, keep him on straight?
Trying to. Sure.
You see that Kurt Smith month,
Yeah.
do you?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you talk to a guy when you see, huh?
He's crazy.
Yeah, I know he is. You know him?
Yes.
Oh, when you see him, next time you see him, time you talk to a guy instead of watch him.
Oh, okay.
Just, no, I've known him for years.
Yeah, he gives our office a fit.
I always liked him. Got along good with him. I worked with him 25 years.
Oh, okay. He's our candy supplier.
Huh?
He's our candy supplier.
Oh, this year?
No, but he's always bringing us big bags of candy for the
Oh,
office.
he is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I have a feeling, I talked to him here the other day up at Walmart around to him. You know he about cut his finger off.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, he done a good bit of damage to it, but at least he didn't lose it.
My dog jumped on mine.
Do you miss being mayor?
No, I did that. It's less stressful.
I just found out that Tony, used to be mayor in Piedmont.
Francis.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I still go, and when Sharon, they're going to a workshop on the 24th, I volunteer and work in the office for them, you know, hey.
Okay.
All right, you guys know me, you pretty much know what we do up in Piedmont. I feel the library is an important part of the town. Everything we do for free. People, when Westport's still not up and running, quite clearly. People found out when they come across the bridge, their copies and faxes and everything, everywhere in Piedmont's free, where they were paying money in Westport, so I've kind of gained their patrons, because they know they can come over and get notaries, faxes, copies for free, we don't charge them it. Our DVD collections building, we can't buy a whole lot of them, we can sometimes, but, individuals and organizations buy it some, and it's a very, DVD collection is very popular. The programs we had this year was, movie and hot chocolate cookies with Santa Claus after the Christmas parade. Yeah, we showed Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and had Santa Claus, and every family got their free picture taken with Santa Claus. I went over to the after-school programs at this Cat in the Hat and did a, Dr. Hughes' birthday. The first summer party, like we have summer programs for kids at the pool every year. The first one, we had a magician. And crowd of kids. Then the pool party, hopefully we can have handicapped children that come to the pool party. The second one's just a pool party, but, I'll find it's nice. When it comes to the pool, they all show up.
They show it.
Even the adults show up for that. And then the last one of the seasons, our back school party, we give away 125 pool restocked bags,
Back.
125. And then we give them pizza and coffee and chips for that one. And then we do the trunk or treat for the city. And Mummer's Parade with the Piedmont Concerned Citizens. And like I said, last year, I think on my thing I had that we only made 20-some thousand, but I forgot that in July that we had that $8,500 one-time supplemental grant from West Virginia, because they cut us, because we didn't get their money per capita. So what you said, I'm leaving this with you. We can only get $5,889 from West Virginia because of our population. It won't go up. And County United Way did give us, last year they gave us 1,500, this year they gave us 3,600, so that's one a little bit there. You get your 10,000, 5,000 from the board. And our budget this year is gonna be 29,052.
So you basically want the same thing.
And I put on in this letter, I'd like, if we could get a little more, maybe 2,000 or 1,000 is possible, fine, but not, just please don't cut what you already did. We know you're tight.
I don't know how much, we don't really know yet.
Yeah, like I said, we're good. If you got a little extra throw it our way, if you don't, please just keep us at what we're at now. We can manage there.
And it will be a little different this year. You'll have to submit receipts, get your contributions.
Oh,
You can't just cut checks this year.
Oh,
So I'll get with each one about what you're gonna submit and when.
okay. All righty.
That's still quite a budget cut for you, 35 to 29.
Like I'm gonna leave this breaks down what everything. Where all the money went.
Okay.
And the CUW over here, it's not an in-kind. In-kind donation is. Piedmont hasn't been able to get it. We were on their budget every year for 2,000, but you know, the situation with the water and everything, they haven't been able to give it to us. So they don't make us pay a water bill. So that's an in-kind donation there. This is just here because this is what we spend on our summer programs, and County Highway gave us $1,500, and I just put there that we spent $1498.62.
I think the water situation may be coming to a.
We're on the well water
We're
now.
on water,
Yeah,
yeah, and I think, yeah,
we're doing good.
I think you're doing a lot better.
So, but like I said, that's a breakdown of where all the money went to. And there's our statistical report that we send to the Charleston, and there's our yearly audit, and there's the services we provide.
Okay.
And these are pretty
Or just, you want that long?
And I'll make a whisper. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for serving kids.
Huh?
Thanks for serving those kids.
Yeah, a lot of them, like I said, they come because they never get fed.
You just keep that Kurt straight.
That what?
Kurt.
Yeah. Be crazy.
No, he's something else, I'm telling you. Yeah, he's something else.
You guys have a good weekend.
You too, thank you. Be safe.
Guys.
Travels. Eric, I know we're a little ahead of schedule, but you're welcome to come up. Did you come looking for money? She didn't hear it. You got a.
No,
Oh, okay.
doing a favor for me, thank you. You're welcome.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. My name's Eric Hauser. I'm, the Minko County 4-H Leaders Association representative on the Camp Minko board. I was asked if I would come out today and represent the Camp Minko board. I'd like to begin by thanking the Minko County Commissioners for your continued support of the Minko Park. It's been very instrumental in keeping the park open and keeping it a vital part of the community. The county commissioners have contributed $4,500 annually for the last few years, which made up 19% of our overall operating budget last year. I'm sure you're familiar with the many changes that Camp Minko has had over the years, but one thing that remains constant with Camp Minko is the memories that are made at Camp Minko with the 4-H camps, 5th, 6th grade camps, all the other family reunions and other functions that's held out there. It's not just the friendships and the lifelong relationships that are made, it's the even the careers that are forged from there, from the camps, where the kids learn different things and it gets in their mind, hey, I would like to do this in my career thing. So it's a very integral part of the community. The 4-H and camp sponsor, like I said, they had the camps at Camp Minko. There's several family reunions, the Kaiser Piedmont Labor Day event, the Barrel Reunion, Alcoholics Anonymous, whole weekend camps, church camps, even used for voting. And this year will be headquartered for the West Virginia dog training certification. You're out there too, so.
Canines.
The Canine Association, yes.
Yeah.
So,
I think Mark met with somebody out here, or somebody out what was the other day about that. Yeah. So it's coming here in April.
yeah. It's gonna be a big thing for Wake County, yeah. Over the past few years, we've made major strides in improving the site for better functionality and to serve the community better. Along with the money that the Minko County Commissioners have supplied, also the Minko County Board of Education and money raised by the Minko County 4-H Leaders Association, we've been able to do projects such as constructing the new bathhouses, ADA compliant bathhouses, constructed new ADA entrances to the dining hall, refurbished the kitchen a couple years ago after a water leak damaged the floor. We have new roofs on 3 of the cabins already, and we have the other 6 cabins will be done this spring.
Is any of the dead trees been taken down? Are they working on that any at all?
I don't know yet. I haven't heard nothing since.
I haven't been out there
back in
in a
January.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, when I was out there 3 weeks ago taking pictures, I hadn't seen any evidence.
Yeah.
So,
It's a lot of deadness coming in there.
yep, we've got the new paved basketball courts and supports, but it's not just these groups that do it, it's the community that stepped in and done a lot of the high school kids that have to do the community service projects. We've had to do tons of circuit built by that. I know my son has, he built the new fire pit for out there. We had the new grog pit that they put in, just a lot of painting parties happen, communities. Clubs and stuff come out and have a painting party and paint a cabin or paint the dining hall or something. So there's a lot of community support for the camp. Of course, being good stewards of the county, money, you guys want to know what are we doing to help raise money too. We've had, over the past 3 years, we've had a lot of change in our, board members. With, Bob Harmon stepping down, a lot of people stepped down, the older generation, so we do have a lot of changeover, but our new regime has, we've kind of dedicated ourselves to, there's a lot to do out there. We got to get money raised. So I think that first of all, we do have a Facebook page set up now where we can promote Camp Minko. Just got it up and running last night, actually. So we could promote that, hey, if you need somewhere to have a family reunion, you need to have a company picnic, you could rent this place. We can put a lot of pictures up there, to show people the improvements that we've made. We've got working on getting a free website. There's a company out there that does free websites for nonprofit organizations, so we're working with them to get websites set up. We are in the final stages of becoming a 501c3 designated organization. So that'll help tremendously with our donations and future grants to get things done. And I think this summer, we're gonna try to possibly have a car show out on site. Raise money, so get more publicity. We have future improvement projects. We do have some foundation issues with the assembly hall. The block wall is pushing in on the one side, so that's going to be a major undertaking in the near future. We would like to get air conditioning in the dining hall, but before we do that, we want to replace the windows, put more energy efficient windows in. Really figure what she's putting the air conditioner in, it's going to cost us an awful thing to run. So, that's two more projects that we have looking at here in the near future, and separating the water line going to the caretaker's trailer from the whole system, because we're spending $900 a month in heating bills through the winter because we have to keep all the tanks full and everything. But if we can separate that, it's going to be have to plug a new line in and everything. So it's a small project, but still it's a costly project, So that's four of our big upcoming things we have. We are not really asking for any increase this year. Like I said, you guys have done $4,500 in the past. I think what we talked about is we want to show that, we're making an effort to raise money too. We're not just going to get money from all the different organizations and stuff. We want to show that first, and hey, we're putting forth our best foot to raise money. So this year, we're just asking if we continue to get the same amount that we've gotten in years past. We do have just a approximate breakdown here of what the Board of Ed, they put in last year, about $11,000. You were 4,500, Parks and Recs did 4,000. 4-H camps, we made about 2,200 and almost $2,000 just from individual rentals out there. And that's one place that we'd really like to pick up this year, is get more rentals. So that's why we're going to really get publicity out there. Our biggest expense, like I said, is the utilities, is the electric bill, especially in the winter time. I mean, nothing's going on there, but we have outrageous electric bills. We've worked with Tommy Edison, trying to get them to, they come out with this whenever everything has to pretty much be, business or commercial electric. You can't call it residential, which is cheaper. Where that kind of hurts against
This
us.
wasn't there when I had Thomas Butcher out there.
I was just starting with,
Was you, I couldn't
but I
remember.
wasn't out there, but we were just starting, I was
Yeah.
just starting on the video.
He done what he could do, but there's not
Yeah.
that much he can do.
That's just said, there's not much you can do. We have to pay what we have to pay. The only thing we do is just, find ways to cut back the usage and
Yes.
when we're not
But
there.
that, I know what you're talking about, running that water and trailer, right?
Yeah.
That there's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. So if we can do that.
Once you get your 501c3 too, you won't have to pay taxes on that electric either, so.
Okay, that'd be some help, yeah.
It's a big, I think I saved almost $70 just for the ministry, just on our electric bills. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be a help. But, I think that that's going, because I know one person who, for the last couple of years, he's been like, I need to make a donation, but get your 501c3 so I can make his donation to you and stuff, so that's gonna be a big help, I think. We're in the final stages of that. I think we had the last meeting, we had to do a vote and all the voting members had to sign the paperwork. So that was, last stages of getting that, so it should be time. So,
Okay,
have any questions?
I don't, I know pretty much what goes on out there, so.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome.
Just check out what I did. Yeah, well, what you get. If you got one, just give it to the one. All right, thank you. That's all. Thank you.
That's enough for that deal.
Yeah.
That's about the best.
Yeah, you go, yeah, no, not slow.
Thank you. They got some more coming.
Yeah. Betty, you got more people coming.
I'm hoping Jim's going to come and be our spokesman.
I seen where he was on here. How you, I haven't seen you for a while. How you been?
Don't ask. I'm better.
Okay.
I'm better.
Are
It's
you?
been a bad 2 weeks, so
Well,
I'm here.
that's the way the world's getting, you know?
The weather too. Cool.
All this weather's been horrible. It's been horrible. Yeah, we got a little treat coming up for Monday. I don't know how that's gonna go Monday. It's. Did you know Helen Holcraft?
Sure.
You know, she passed away.
Oh, no.
I was down to see her one day this week, Tuesday, I think it was. She passed away Wednesday. And that cemetery, it's kind of a mess up there. And I don't know if they want to take the family down in there or not, if it doesn't get any better. I don't really suggest it. I wouldn't recommend a car. Yeah, it needs to be a four-wheel, it needs to be a Jeep.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Huh?
And getting into the grounds frozen.
Well, I went up, yesterday, I don't remember when I was up there, marked it all. It's, I got it marked off for them, but I called, I think I did that yesterday and called, RJ this morning. Got it.
I told her.
She's not coming?
Yes, yes, she's not. I just
I
realized.
seen her name on here, but I didn't, since you handed this out, I didn't know.
Yeah, she's coming in, so. While we were waiting on him to help. Right, the one before him was a little early, so then he went a little early and it's kind of got.
Well, that's okay.
We like when they run early instead of when they run over.
Yeah. But Jim's usually on time, you know, so
I'm probably looking for a parking spot.
well, I took it upon myself to park over there in that parking lot, and I thought if anybody walks across the street to the city policeman, I will tell them I had very official business.
You shouldn't be too long anyway. You can find places on the street that, once you park in the street, to actually get up onto the street.
And getting into the post office to get my mail has been fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it got icy packed right away, and finally Tuesday, I could safely drive up and get out of the vehicle.
I caught myself. What is today? I guess it was Wednesday morning, or Thursday morning. Yesterday morning. It was yesterday morning. Okay, there we go. Wow, okay, I almost took a step down onto a step without even paying attention. And something caught my attention, and when I turned back around, I had to look down, solid, smooth sheet of ice. And I thought, had I stepped on that, going down the steps, I would've went all the way down. But
As far as I'm concerned, we can have summer now.
Believe it or not, I saw a robin yesterday.
Well, that's good news at least.
It was along the road,
You
might have
have,
been lost, but I saw it.
you have somebody that plows your driveway for you?
I own a snow blower and my brother-in-law runs it. That's how we get that deal done. That helps.
That's a little bit of a long driveway, but
It is when was like this, but they fortunately got on the night it snowed before it froze all that time.
Yeah.
And so my driveway was in better shape than it usually is in the winter time.
that's all.
Yeah.
Does the plow trucks plow your driveway in as
Of
well?
course.
Yeah.
First, what a question, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do the whole front of on West Piedmont Street. I don't even know why I do it because come through and it just pushes it all right back on there. So,
No, you want some?
I'm sure.
We'll put them there.
I
I got one.
saw
that
with
the stuff for an event.
go on.
He probably thought it'd be a cheese. The try takes so long again.
Joan drives out, you know, she did my place up at the tourism office and there's been a couple of meetings and it's like, you tend to, or you still have, like, people don't show up. Even they show up with the confidence and that's it, you know, so.
I don't know.
Yeah,
No, we
well,
never regret pleasure you guys for.
out of town.
But-
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, last year,
Yes, yeah.
So, but it's like, what it
We usually have.
So I
have one. We've had one every 5 years.
had my house draft.
Uh-huh.
And I already have to do it.
But,
Now, I was gonna do it down here, but what I can do is, I can have one scheduled here, and I can have one scheduled up there. They're more, yeah.
The employees can, without,
Like, counties aren't gonna, like, but it could be courthouse employees living there, well,
I'm interested
that's
in
okay,
that.
but I mean,
It's that she sold me an old one, but because I just.
yeah, I just like there.
Is that with.
I was the one here.
Done.
March 25th.
Job.
Put it on the next agenda. next time.
There's even a
And
few.
still has a meeting session on the fourth
Yet,
in the morning
and
of
that kind
that
of
day.
thing, so.
I went to.
And we can do the.
I'm interested in that.
Like,
kind of
everybody,
thing.
but after anyone down here.
Grants.
And
where the,
They wouldn't hurt.
the conference room in that
yeah,
big room.
And a lot of
those
those
twenty months can go over.
It's not in our size. Which I know.
You have.
But we got a few.
Yeah, because this will cover, it's in two sessions, because this will cover all of the training.
Okay,
That's not.
And that, this specific line of employees, and then the next break
I'm always
the next day.
grateful for people that do.
That's what I have on the put it, I sent it to, or put on the agenda for twenty-four.
Change church now. Yeah, we're easy to know to get.
March 4th and 5th.
We're doing that.
that's the city. Work schedule, that's it. So-
I did, class scheduling today, that all last year.
And that's it, I feel like you do have that
money.
yeah, I feel like you do also
Your
apply
answer
for a lot.
talks out.
And then when we went to Menlo County,
Oh,
the history
Your
job,
job can be multiple.
I haven't
you know,
seen the
they've
calendar yet.
taken, arts, culture, and history, and put it in the tourism and the historian meetings, they were talking, she was even talking about like main streets and stuff like that, so.
But we can also schedule another day, they're pretty open right now, so if we need to schedule, this is just the start of training.
or something.
Yeah.
Like he's willing to work with us if we need additional days.
Because
I just wanna get something started.
Before I got here, it's not part of
I
my
think they
life,
got tied up,
you know.
because he said they get pretty busy.
I think he's coming.
There he is.
Oh. You
Jim, I
guys,
need you to sign in right there.
there's right there to you. You guys come up here and sit if you like.
Well, I was very comfortable back there.
This is the same, so.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not like the old Woodland, you had to have you there for a short term.
Have you been to Germany lately?
No.
Didn't know if you went over and on it.
I'm not.
Oh, you travel now.
Betty.
Not to travel, but.
That's a lot of fun.
Nice poster.
Thank you.
Changes here and there and everything.
You know what I hate worse?
Oh, there's a couple at the, welcome center.
I hate-
Turned out to be.
I hate
We
the
had a
trip from here to
trivia
there.
question. Well, no,
I
that's.
hate that worse than anything else.
I know it's on that poster, but.
And we went,
The logo.
we went last year,
Here.
year before, we took a cruise. And they changed our flight coming back in. We didn't come back into Baltimore, we come back in at Dallas. And they had so many people messed up. Now, this what got me, and my wife looked at me, she said, they better not do that to us. They sent one wife they sent her to Baltimore, and they sent her husband. No, they sent her to Dallas, they sent her husband to Baltimore.
Another airport.
Can you imagine that? They actually did that. She was, I mean, look at her, she said, they do that to us, we got a problem, I got a problem. They didn't.
Listen, hey, you're good. Good thing. How are you?
Okay,
Well, the Historic Landmarks Commission has been, I'd say, rather inactive for a while, although they've continued to work on the Headsville School,
yeah,
which the funding from the county was primarily for that. And but as we stand now, according to the county's website, Betty is the only member that's still active. So we need to reorganize. I was asked to be a member, and then just a few months ago, they sent through Betty the treasury information and said, you're gonna have to be the treasurer. So I with Garrett Kerskadden's assistance, after he recovered some from his illness, his event that he had, that was stroke. He was unable to drive still, so he has retired. So,
okay, I wondered about you.
and of course, Kermit Garrettson did the
Yeah.
same thing a few years ago without really much input from anyone, to anyone, but. So, we have Kermit Garrettson, Pat Mason, and his wife says he's unable to communicate
Oh, is that right?
understand. Yeah, he has dementia.
Oh,
See, Pat was a Minko board too.
Yeah,
I see this is recorded on YouTube, so
it is.
I guess.
Yeah.
Every time somebody says something, I just kind of wanna.
But it was, she passed it along to us for sharing, so.
Yes. I just thought I should say it before we say any more
And,
personal information.
And she said that she had only, she had attended the commission meetings, but only to be of assistance to Mr. Mason. So,
I've always liked Bob, good guy.
yeah. I just don't know. And then, of course, Jack Cole, who's a current member, passed away in July of 2024. So, we're in a reorganization mode, and I put the word out to the Historic Foundation at a meeting this week, and thus, we have a willing volunteer and she has lots of contacts. So, I feel sure we can replenish the commission, and continue with the work and, catch up with the, IRS, 990 tax returns. And, it's been a while. 2020 was the last year that it was filed. So I would, 2020, and it was done by the accounting firm Huber Michaels early in 2021. And but we've had no contact from the Historic Commission. We haven't contacted the Landmarks Commission since then. So we're really in a state of reorganization.
Did you ever get the building over at Hedgefield? Did you ever get it completed?
Well, not completed. They had replaced the roof. They had restored the shutters, restored the bell tower and the bell.
Good.
And that's all back in order. And the next thing on according to Garrett Kerskadden, would be the restoring the inside, cleaning, painting, and so forth. And he told me that, that was always contingent on the bees cooperating, because I had a lot of bees, I suppose. But we could, we'll continue with that, with the county's blessing. And
I don't remember if it was Garrett or who called me. It might have been Pat Mason. I don't know about getting on you.
Yeah.
Did they come over with me before?
Yes, they did.
I got their phone number, got them in contact.
They apparently did the majority of the work, yeah.
Yeah, I know them. They contacted me about how to get a hold of them.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see, I like to see them old historical buildings kept up a little bit, you know?
Well, the outside looks good, and.
I've been by it. It
Yeah.
looks real nice.
Yeah.
It does.
And, I think, it's certainly worthy of restoration. It's a historic building. And,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
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 And of course, it's owned by the county, and, we're at the pleasure of the county restoring it, so it's,
For Hubert, Michael's help you guys get caught up on your 990s and stuff?
not yet, no. I didn't tell them to try to do that yet because I had no authority. I'm not even a member of the Landmarks Commission official, so.
Okay.
Because if we can get some letters from individuals, we hope to have them on for the next agenda, get some membership.
Yeah.
And
But,
then just,
we would proceed with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get it, coined.
and just to clarify, even though you're inactive, you're still asking for the continued contribution.
Well, I don't know what it'll take to complete the restoration of the building, how much it might need, but, and Garrett said that he would kind of give us some guidance with that, as he had been, kind of a primary, participant in that, but, even though he's not very mobile, and, he needs to have, transportation because he's not driving.
Yeah. I know here a few years ago, I can't remember when it was, but he asked, it's probably been right around me. Done some of that work on that bell tower in there.
Mhm.
I know we give him a little bit extra.
We gave them 1,500 to help with the bell tower and
I
the,
could remember.
I think there was some foundation work too.
Yeah,
And work on the windows, okay?
Yes,
Caulk
I know
those.
we give him a little bit.
but we've been doing 1,000 at least to help with finances. And of course, if they're gonna have, if you're mindful, they're gonna have a cost that,
Yeah, and I'm not real sure if we've been revoked. It might be, the last time we had it, the IRS, authorization, the nonprofit authorization done, it cost $400 for the fee.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think Michaels has always treated us pretty good because I think all the work they did was like $100.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah.
They treated you very well.
Yeah.
Very well. All right.
You have a list of people you want to add to the board?
Well, so far, we have some prospects, but, we haven't really confirmed with them. And Leanne said that she would be willing. Actually, we would like to have, somebody from the north end of the county. We used to have Dr. Licklider and we had, lady.
Doris Allen.
Doris Allen, and, so maybe we could, replenish with, to have representation from there and maybe from Burlington as well.
they have a historical society at that end as well.
Yes.
I used to go to those meetings. I can ask if anybody, the Frankfurt district, yeah, I can ask them if anybody'd be interested.
I think our priority should be getting some younger folk
Yeah.
involved, and we've
luck.
had the suggestion to get in contact with the new president of Potomac State, because they're trying to do community activities and integrate the community with the college. And if we could get somebody from their staff, perhaps, we're going to check into that.
Yeah, we have a lot of checking to do.
I don't wanna volunteer her. But, I'll give you, let me see if I got her number.
You're thinking Megan?
Yeah.
Megan Webb, you
Oh, yeah, Megan.
Yeah, Megan.
Sure do.
I think I got her. Pretty sure I do. Let me see.
You're looking for students or staff?
Not necessarily students, but we are in the 75 and upwards range, my dear. So.
Only Leanne's younger.
Yeah, Franklin District was able to bring in some younger
Yeah.
people. I don't know how they did it in there.
It's hard to find somebody in the younger generation that cares about history.
She's a nice lady.
She was a witness.
Yes, she's, yes. Yeah.
That's another person.
She's getting married.
Working with at least contact, because he has an
And
interest.
she's a nice person.
We're getting there.
So that would be a good
Sounds well.
contact.
Yeah, we certainly.
Cause she just lives right up the road. She's on her. RJ's just right up the road from her. That's who she's married.
We'd like,
Museum and
we'd like to get representation countywide.
Yeah.
And our mission is to identify, properties that, would be worthy of, and aged in a group that would be, could be recognized as historic properties and, of course, the Historic Landmarks Commission is kind of charged with, providing aid in restoration as well, not financial so much, but guidance and,
We had an old school, you may remember, Betty, we had that old schoolhouse up at the church. And it was getting bad, and we tried to give it to Grant County Historical Society, they didn't report to it. And it was getting unsafe.
Yep.
And we didn't have the money to, it's not cheap.
No,
no, it's not.
And, they just, we couldn't get nobody to take it. We offered to give them the ground, a little bit of the ground, and let them have it fixed up. We didn't take it, we didn't have any choice, we had to get it torn down. I hated that, I really hated that, see it. But everybody complains about it, but nobody wants to step in and help,
Yeah, there's not a lot of funding available. There's not. For that sort of restoration.
No, there's not.
Just have to have private funding and fundraisers and.
Church, schoolhouse there across from, is it Shirley's Lane or Carroll Hollow?
Shirley's Lane.
Are they turning that into a residence?
I don't know what they're doing there. I noticed that the other day when I was.
They were restoring it, but they actually just totally,
Yeah,
at first I thought they were gonna restore it, but they just.
yeah, I seen that. I wondered myself what they was doing to it. I don't know who actually owns that. I don't know. A lot of these old schoolhouses, I hate to see them pour down like that. See, we have one on a farm over there. The old Matron Schoolhouse. The foundation, part of the foundation is still there. It's poured. It's a concrete pour. But, the building's been going before I was ever born. But my mother went to school there. Yeah. I don't know. I hate to see them old buildings taken down because the younger generation don't care about history. I know I didn't care about it till I got a little older. Then I wished I would have took more interest in it.
Same there. Yeah. The school that I went to is elementary school, Limestone, of course, my mother went there as well. Actually graduated from the 8th grade, took the exam. And, but it was closed in the early 70s and repurposed for kindergarten for a little while, but then, it sat idle and it fell victim to an arsonist. So, yeah.
Well, now Betty, don't make fun of me, but I graduated from Manual. You remember that, you remember anyhow. Oh, then it's still there though.
it has,
Bill Wall, I'm glad she can get it, hope keeps it up.
somebody, when you have somebody responsible that
Yeah.
manages and then
I think-
that's assured,
I
pretty
think
much.
Bill will keep it up, I really do. But I know these old buildings that, if you can get young people interested, it'd be great.
Fort Ashby, they take care of their community building, the old schoolhouse and I think the Lions Club, the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, they use it for meeting rooms. We use it as a voting precinct. And they use that as their income to maintain it. I don't know if the schoolhouse has to go ever get to that point to use it for community things.
I know, I often think when I was a kid, we had two stores. A lot of people don't realize that. We had two schools. We had two. We had, Alcan had the barber shop. If you see where it said at, you said, there's no way, every old thing, but it did. And then, of course, we had Creed store. Yeah. But when I was a kid, I spent time. Yeah. It's been a long time. I know, don't. I know it's been a long time, Betty. But, no, but then you think about that. Yeah. You look back at history and it's changing and I don't like the way it's going. But it's life. Yeah, it sure is. Okay. Well, I hope you guys get some members.
Well, we'll try to have some correspondence to you to recommend, members of Historic Landmarks Commission in the coming weeks. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for trying to keep them memory places alive. But, yeah, they need to be kept alive. Thank you. Thank you.
You
guys be safe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can get the letters to me so I can get them on
Oh,
it.
yes, yes. I know where you get your man.
Yes.
150, that's.
My book is available on Amazon.
Your book, yeah, what'd you write? What'd you write, Betty?
I have, slight advertisement, a 220 some page book,
If we get.
10 chapters about the history of Kaiser and Mineral County.
Do you have copies to sell or do you have to buy it from?
I have them ordered. They're available on Amazon now. If you look under Betty Zuba in Kaiser, West Virginia, and pages from the past.
Betty, I want to. Betty, I'm gonna show you something. I should tell Jim. See that picture over there on the wall?
Yeah.
You know who took that picture?
No.
The young man that took that is from the Burlington area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You remember what was on? Barbara's son took that. He took it in Dallas, Texas. And that won first place. Jim, you see that picture over there on the wall? That, a lot of people don't realize this. Now, I'd like to point that out. Mike and Barbara Imperio, I know Betty knows.
I know.
You know Mike?
Yeah, sure.
Mike's son took it. He went to Dallas, Texas, he took that picture and he sent it in. I forget how many people sent pictures in. Worldwide, there was like 60 some countries involved in this. He won first place. He's the second person in the United States ever to win that.
My goodness.
And, of course, I know Ryan is his name. I know Ryan very well.
Yeah.
Nice young man.
Yeah.
Well, he come from a nice family.
Okay.
Very, very nice family. So I thought that was kind of neat though, that was the way it come about. So,
Rip.
yeah, it is. It is.
That's right.
We'll see.
Thank you,
Be
ladies and
safe.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Listen, we don't have any money.
Yeah. Any town asks us for money for the employees, and trees and stuff, and mine's all the same.
Is this the same that you asked for?
It's the same thing.
Say, I thought, well, I was thinking it was. I didn't see no pluses.
Exactly the same.
No, I don't know how, I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to raise this, because we don't know yet. We'll have to see what it is.
Once we know the revenues.
Yeah. It's very nice. I was looking at the numbers and mine's still good.
You got money for everything. You got money for everything you need. Yeah.
Any you could do without.
That's pushing it. And see, like our travel, we haven't used it yet because our meetings are not until.
How many of you goes to your travel?
Two.
Just two.
We like for more of us to go, because it is a learning thing, but you gotta keep your office open, so.
Exactly.
And if somebody gets sick or something, we have to.
How many you got in your office? Well, I knew you cut work, remember that raise for that. I remember that.
Yeah, I got a good crew.
Yeah, you do.
So Eric is staying for sure.
Well, the position that she applied for that she got, and it's kind of in limbo right now, so.
I'm glad she's there.
Yeah, and that way it helps to help get somebody else trained, so whenever.
Yeah.
Things may change, and you know, like I said, it's gonna be wonderful, but. Yeah, and all of them work well together and. Work as a team, so. We have good staff.
All right. Well, thank you for.
So before you go, do you know, that there's court on Wednesday, the 4th or 5th of March? Okay, I'm planning to do employee training on those days. Like your team can do one or the other. I just wanted to see, because I can add to it if I need to.
Yeah, without looking, because things changes all the time, because sometimes they'll have a hearing that they have to have, and they'll put it on a day that's free.
I'm gonna just send you an email, just so you know. I'll work it.
You're gonna have training up here.
Here and at 911.
Okay.
Yeah, without looking, I know with, we didn't have any for this Friday, but we have for the rest of the Fridays in February.
Yeah, this is a Wednesday and Thursday.
I don't know without looking.
I'll reach out to you just to double check.
All right.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Somebody said we might get some snow.
Snow rain mix,
When's it coming?
Sunday night.
I haven't looked at nothing.
Why you can make a motion,
Yes.
close the meeting. Anything else for make a motion?
You need signatures for this ESD contract?
Yeah, that
That-
was the last.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
I make a motion, we, close our work session.
Second.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Kristen.
We'll see you.
Love to see you.
Like a holiday or something on Monday?
Yeah, President's Day.
Oh.